This is topic 5.9, Impacts of Mining for AP Environmental Science. All right, so the crust of our Earth has our minerals and our metals and the things that we need to extract to use on a daily basis. And this is the composition of the Earth's crust. You do not need to memorize any of that. Okay, so let's take a look at this slide here. You can see there's a picture here of a penny, and we can see that there's copper embedded in this rock. And so a lot of our minerals are found that way. Most of the time, I mean, we hear stories of gold miners finding a big gold nugget, but most of the time our metals, including gold and silver and copper and bronze, are all found embedded in rocks, which we call ores, and we have to extract them out of that ore. Okay, so down here, let's take a look at what an ore is. You have that definition for your study guide. You have also what a metal is. And you need to understand that our minerals and even the rocks, so it's not always like metals that we mine for. For example, where I live, there's a lot of gravel mining because gravel's used to build roads, so we need to mine for gravel. Also, your pencils are made out of graphite. We mine for graphite. But all of that are non-renewable resources. And so when we run out, we run out. And so what we have left is our reserves. Okay, so the next part here is that just to let you know that our global reserves in years of the different items. So eventually they're going to run out. We've run out of many things in the US, including manganese, chromium. We still have a lot we can mine, but most of the mining has shifted to other countries. All right, so what you need to know on this page is what subsurface mining is, which is there's a picture. We think of it as a mining tunnel to go inside and mine that way. So subsurface mining is underground, and it has more safety problems because you have the risk of accidents, collapsing, dangerous gases. It also can be more expensive, but one of the benefits is that there's not as much habitat destruction. And then the other type of mining is surface mining, which we'll go over some of those types right here. Okay. So we have a whole bunch of different types of surface mining, and you have the diagram here that kind of has tells you a little bit about some of them. So we have strip mining, removing strips of surface rock. Open pit mining is creating a large hole in the ground to reach the desired resource. We have mountaintop removal, where we remove the top of the mountains, we explode it. And placer mining is like mining. I live in California, and so in 1849 we started the gold rush in California, and a lot of times students will go and to a historical place and practice mining for gold with a pan. So you go to a riverbed and you find the loose gold that's in the river. That's called placer or placer mining. All right, you need to understand some of the waste products from the mining process. And so miners remove resources that they want using different methods like strip mining, placer mining, etc. But then the unwanted material is also called mine tailings. Sometimes it's called slag and tailings, and you can see some pictures. This is unwanted material that's in water. This is also piles of unwanted material, the mine tailings. Okay, so a few things to know. What happens when more accessible ores are mined to depletion? So accessible means not as deep under the ground, easier to extract. So when the convenient ones are gone, your companies have to go deeper. So this costs more to go deeper, and it's also less safe, and it increases the price of the ores and whatever goods that we are making from those ores, whether it's precious metals for cell phones or graphite for pencils, whatever it is, the prices of those objects are going to increase. The types of resources we use for mining: we use fossil fuels for the mining machines. We use water to help in a lot of these mining processes, use water in the machines to help extract the minerals that we need. And then, of course, a lot of land is used as well. And so why do we need mining? Well, we need it for everyday products like our cell phones, like our pencils, like our roadways. So many things use mined materials, and it also provides jobs. So we can see here a picture, and we have a picture of an open pit mine. You can see what that looks like. Around where I live, we have open pit mines for gravel. Also further out in the desert from where I live, there's borax mines. So borax is used in laundry detergent and actually optics too, and big giant open pit mines. Mountaintop removal is used a lot in the Appalachian Mountains, like West Virginia and Kentucky, where they remove the tops of mountains to get coal. Strip mining is where they take strips of land to expose the ore, the mineral that they need. Strip mining is kind of really bad because you also remove the topsoil. So there's places in California that were strip mined in the 1800s, 1850s during the California gold rush time, 1850s, 1860s, and those areas have not ever grown back because they stripped down the topsoil. There's nothing to grow on. And then we have placer mining, is you're going to use machines along a riverbed to extract the loose gold or whatever objects, whatever metals are in there. And then subsurface, you have underground tunnels. All right, so our ecological problems: air pollution is affected, water pollution, soil pollution. Soils can be polluted with all types of contaminants as well. And then we reduce our biodiversity. Humans living near and working near mines can be affected by the air pollution, by the water pollution, etc. Now, underground mining also can impact it as well, but not as much as our surface mining. But a lot of times you want to do surface mining, as you can see here, because it's safer for the miners, and it's also usually cheaper. All right, a couple of things you need to know. What is acid mine drainage? Okay, so here's a little picture. So basically during the mining process, sometimes rocks that have sulfur in them are just exposed. And when rain hits that exposed rock, you get sulfuric acid, which then drains into your surface water and even groundwater. There's also some other reactions here. So you can see pyrite and oxygen and water give you ferrous iron and sulfuric acid. So you can see there's chemical reactions that go on. And again, it's because these minerals, these elements are exposed in the mining process. And then when rain hits it, it drains into bodies of water. Okay, and then also, why does surface mining increase erosion? And we have this picture here of lots of erosion surrounding a mine. So when you take away trees, those roots are not in place to hold the soil, and erosion increases. Some health problems with mining. So we have black lung disease, usually from subsurface, so underground tunnels in mining. You have accidents, you have drinking water contamination. You can see here there's a picture of a normal lung versus a miner with black lung disease. And then you have habitat fragmentation, which you can see in this picture. And so if we have this area that's strip mined or mountaintop removal, and then this little one and this little one, you've only got pockets of habitat for our wild animals. All right, what's mining reclamation? So after a mine is done, you have to restore the land. It's the law in the United States for many locations and many types of mining, but not for every type of mining. So it's not the law for everything. There are actually some ancient mining laws, like from 1872, that don't have mining reclamation built into them. But really, like our coal mining and most mining, you have to reclaim the land when you're done by law. And so there's a picture of the before we mined, during the mine, and then replanting it. You'll notice that replanting it is not quite the same, but they have to do it as best that they could. Sometimes your topsoil is gone. Sometimes, I mean, if you take away the top of a mountain, how are you going to replace the top of a mountain for reclamation? So it's not always a great, perfect process. Okay, so why is surface coal mining less expensive? So surface mining is less dangerous for miners, which equals less accidents, less medical costs, less lawsuits. So that's why it's usually cheaper. Here's another thing to know. How does mining lead to water pollutants and which pollutants? So we talked about this before, but it's important, so we're repeating it. So you have some types of mining that expose acidic rock and sulfur, which causes acid mine drainage. And then gold mining in particular uses cyanide, and they use that to extract the gold from the ore, and it can spill into waters and kill fish. And so this is a cyanide poisoning of local lakes from gold mining, and that was in Eastern Europe, I believe. Okay, so you can pause the video and take a look at the effects of surface mining versus subsurface mining. We have our air pollutant, we have our water pollution, our soil, our effects on biodiversity, and our effects on humans. So this is a good review here of those things. All right, the next video will go on to urbanization.